Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 Conclave as Scotland. In our last episode we won our war for Sweden. Oh, I never disbanded my troops up here either. That's a terrible oversight. I'm sure you were yelling at me in the comments about that. But we do still have our claimant with the county in our domain over here, which we need to get back at some point, which we can do via plot whenever we feel like it. We do have a few other things to deal with first though, such as a revolt down here in Axum, which we are on our way to put down, and we also have an adventurer on his way on the 2nd of August of next year, so we should probably wait for him to arrive before we get involved in any other major wars. But I don't expect it to be too much of an issue. Alright, you have left the defensive pact. We do have a pretty large defensive pact now since we took that extra kingdom, involving most of the people who we'd want to attack. I guess we could still attack the Fatimids. Cumania here is in that pact also, but I'm not too concerned about any of these people and their ability to actually fight us effectively if we were to declare on a member of the Muslim Pact. Duke of Lothian starting a new faction. Our independence and council power factions are still in existence but not extremely strong. And we have a new pope. So it'll take a while to get down here. I guess we could have used boats to get here a bit quicker, but that's fine. I don't think we're in a huge rush. And our Duke of Man has died, so we need to appoint a new steward. Alright, well, since we have a council position available now, we could try to get our King of England on the council. Which would mean putting King Duff of Jerusalem somewhere else, probably as steward. I don't really want to do that because it would just hurt our income too much to have such a terrible steward. Could appoint the King of Ireland here, who is angry about not being on the council but isn't in any factions. I guess that's fine. We'll have him collect taxes. Alright, our kinsman Rory needs a childhood focus. He's pretty good at martial already, so probably we'll just go with struggle for him. Your daughter Helen has eloped with the notorious mercenary Oscar, who is our rival? I thought he was our friend. Maybe I just skimmed the event earlier and misread it. But okay. Supposedly she's still betrothed to Engelbert von Hackberg, but she is in the court of Captain Oscar of the Scottish Band. So who knows what's going on there. We have another peasant revolt up here, okay. Well, I say another, this one's actually a religious uprising, but it doesn't make too much difference to us. The Doge of Pisa wants to marry a courtier, okay. Former wife of our former emperor. I'll accept. By calling in a favour, King Glenn has forced you to start a vote on the Title Grant Committee law in Scotland. Okay, so this is the favour that he got, I guess, by helping us when we got too drunk at that council meeting. Fair enough. And our King of Poland has died. Of pneumonia, I guess. Alright, well that's fine. He was our advisor, so we do have a title that we can grant there, and I think I'm just going to immediately give it to England to make sure he stops joining factions and we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so these are all down to safe levels at this point. Let's make sure we get commanders in charge here before the battle happens. We are attacking into the mountains, but I think we can handle that. Alright, so now we have to run title grants past the council until we can roll back that law. I guess that's not so bad. A Jewish exile fleeing persecution elsewhere in Europe has showed up at your court. His time spent abroad has gifted him with many connections, and by all accounts he's an able diplomat. He would make a fine chancellor. Okay, sounds fine. So that's that revolt taken care of. I guess we'll just head straight up and fight this one. Our King of Sweden is calling in favours, I'm assuming on his own council since he's not on our council. Though he does want to be. Let me unset him as special interest so we stop getting so many messages about him. Worrying reports have reached you regarding your Marshal, King Glenn. It seems he has been using your soldiers to extort money from the peasantry in Galilee. Well, he just continues to cause us all kinds of problems. King Glenn the Quarreler. So we can fire him from the council, giving us revolt risk and a huge tax modifier in Gary, which I definitely don't want. I guess we're getting it either way. And for the same amount of time. Or we can just have our opinion of him go down, which I don't think really matters much. Yeah, we'll just do that, keep him on the council. Alright, so we won that revolt. And that was the last of our latest series of upgrades done. I think we can probably just afford to do more right now. So we're into the pretty expensive range here. That's fine, we'll just maybe build 2 or 3 if they're all going to cost that much. We are at a lower level in some of the other holdings though, so maybe it's not so bad. Alright, that'll do for now. We don't want to go too low in case of emergencies. So I'm not sure where this revolt disappeared to. I guess one of our vassals is taking care of it. Okay. Sounds good. Guess we'll just bring you back here and get you disbanded. We can pick an ambition now, apparently. Oh, I guess we've gone below 1,000 gold, so we can probably build a war chest. Which is good, actually. Give us an extra 10% national tax modifier. Which will somewhat compensate for the penalty that we have in our capital right now. Which lasts until when again? Oh, this one, Peasant Unrest, expires August 1374, so that's quite a long time actually. 3 years. And significantly hurts our income. So this would otherwise be 30, and we have 2 other holdings which are, or would be producing about the same. I think it's Forteviot and Dundee. Yeah, okay. I guess our overall income is still looking pretty decent at 74, so I can't complain too much. We can extort our subjects, which is definitely not necessary because we're about to fulfill this ambition anyway, but I kind of want to do this just to see how it works. I'm not sure if I've ever done this before. I think I did once, shortly after Conclave was released, but it may not have been in this campaign and on video. The money for that war chest is not going to raise itself. You've decided to take matters into your own hands and see to it that the chest gets filled to the brim with donations from your loyal subjects. How should you proceed? So we can gain 90 gold from the peasants of Strathern, which lowers all of our subjects' opinion by 10. That seems dangerous. Or we can specifically extort this guy. Or we can take it from the clergy of St. Andrews. We lose a cathedral in St. Andrews. Where is this exactly? I assume somewhere in our domain. So if we lost the cathedral here, we'd just get an extra holding slot. We'd then just have to build... Oh, I guess the cathedral is the upgrade, it's not the actual... Yeah, this would be the bishopric, I see. I mean... I guess that doesn't matter much to us if we lose this. A little bit of a smaller levy and garrison here. Slightly less piety. We'd also lose 50 piety. This also lowers our subject's opinion by 10, so... In fact, any of these options will do that. Well, we can afford the piety. Let's get an extra 100 gold then. This is definitely not worth it, by the way. I'm just basically doing it for fun. As your men load the wealth of the bishopric of St. Andrews onto several wagons, you're approached by a ravaging group of clergymen. Apparently they are not too happy about you seizing their valuable idols. They claim that you will be punished by the devil if you cannot justify this blasphemy. The devil be damned, the wealth does more good in my coffers. So, we get lower temple vassal opinion. St. Andrews gets lower local tax modifier, which I guess we don't care about. The Pope is shocked. And we may gain the trait stressed. Let's hope we don't, because we just lost that. Alright. Good to know. Definitely not worth it. Let's not do it again. We fulfilled our ambition, though. So that's good, I guess. Alright, do we have anything raised that we don't need raised? Oh, we still have our fleet up here. Okay. Well, that will have been annoying some of our vassals, but it wouldn't have been costing us money, because I'm pretty sure we didn't raise any of our own fleets. Alright, so I would kind of like to declare some wars, but I think we probably should just wait until after the adventurer arrives. Also, our options for easy wars are pretty limited, considering the size of this defensive pact. Though I do think we could probably take the Fatimids and the other pact members there. We do still have our truce until 1375 though, so it's not an option really right now. Alright, our Duke of Moray succeeded in his war for Orkney, which is good news. It's an extra county for us. Well, for him, I suppose, but also for us. Well, I guess we'll just stay at peace then until the adventurer gets here. Our focus currently is... Alright, well, I guess we'll have something to do. Our focus currently is rulership. I guess we'll just leave it at that then, since we're not going to be able to do any peacetime activities, because there is a jihad for Jerusalem. The great Sunni Caliph, Dukak, has decided to call a jihad against the Kafirs in the Kingdom of Jerusalem. 2 arms. So this shouldn't be too dangerous. It's the Shia jihads led by the Fatimids that we mostly need to worry about, but the Sunni ones, at least hitherto, have not been much of a problem. We'll see how many troops arrive. I think it was only about 6,000 or 7,000 in the last one, so he has 9,000 by himself. The Knights of Santiago offer to join our war. We will accept. If a few other people join, they might even be able to take care of it without our help. Right, our kinswoman has died. Sultan of Mesopotamia and Syria. It's these Seljuks, I guess. Joined the defensive pact. And we have a new Grand Mayor in Sinai. Gregor here. Alright, so he thinks he should be on the council, which we might be able to arrange. He is a better steward than King Fingal here. We could get rid of King Glenn of Wales. He doesn't consider himself powerful, so it wouldn't be too much of an issue. So we could move Fingal to Marshal. Change council position to Marshal. Then appoint a new Mayor of Sinai as steward, and we still have to fill the Chancellor slot. We do have a very good Chancellor here. And I suspect we won't have to worry about any other vassals. We do have a few powerful vassals who think they should be on the council, but Sweden especially is very happy. Poland doesn't seem to be causing us any problems. He might be in factions. And he is. But it's not powerful enough to really be a concern right now. So we'll just get our best Chancellor, and we'll probably just send him off to Poland to improve opinion. Get our Marshal training troops and our Steward collecting taxes as well. And we're also down a commander, so sure, King Glenn. Alright, the Mongol Empire has joined the defensive pact opposing me, which is maybe a concern. Though they haven't been expanding much. They got this far but seem to have stopped doing stuff. The defensive pact opposing Nephon has been disbanded. Alright. Not sure why we're hearing about that. But that's fine. No sign of any enemy armies really here. There's an Abadid fleet, which I'm guessing is involved. Is the only participant. Alright, let's raise our army from Jerusalem. Which might be enough to deal with this all by itself. We have a new Duke of Galloway, okay. And our King of Poland is happier. The Kaiser wants to form an alliance, which I guess I'll accept. Alright, I guess I should have checked if he was in a war. But that's fine, we're fighting France and Aquitaine apparently. Not going to be too concerned about it. So this army is in the plains here. We'll just wait to recover some morale before we go and attack him. Our Thieves Guild in Gary has been eradicated. And our host has arrived. So it's the conquest of Galilee. Okay. Well, we do already have an army here, but with the host as well, we might need to have more troops. Oh, he actually has 22,000, which is fairly significant. So I guess we should bring some more troops over. I guess we're not raising anything from Ireland, okay. Or England. Well, that's not really worth it. I guess we're going to have to bring air domain troops as well. bring them straight up here. I guess the Mongols have left the defensive pact. And sure, our new Duke of Galloway can be a commander. Alright, if I can attack you in the desert, I guess I will. We're not at full morale, but I think it's better to do this now. He's not at full morale either after the battle he was just in. It looks like we can't attack him there. But maybe if we do this and this. My wife Rose has complained about me being absent so often, and so when I found that I had some extra gold to spend, I decided to buy her something nice, maybe some sort of jewelry. Sure, we can spend 10 gold on that. Seems reasonable. And we're not going to catch him here either, unfortunately. So we'll let him move there and maybe try here. And see the main enemy army arriving. So they've got 8,500. We are going to have to bring more troops over, I guess, from our domain. Let's bring Sicily's as well for now. I'm hoping they don't just come and attack me immediately. We are going to catch you here, so that's good. In that case, you just come land down here instead. Alright. So that should be a pretty good battle. Hopefully he's too far away to reinforce. We're going to have to wait until the next episode to find out, though, because we're just about out of time. So thanks for watching, and join me again next time.